Love him or hate him, you cannot deny that Elon Musk gets an enormous amount done, often at a ridiculous pace. From his biography and old interviews, 5 lessons stand out, and every one is something anyone can put into practice. The first is deceptively simple. Asked once which daily habit had the biggest positive impact on his life, Musk answered, showering. He may have been joking, but it points to a real lesson. Take your appearance seriously, and you take your work more seriously too. Shower in the morning. Wear clothes that make you feel confident, and you are far more likely to have a productive day, even working from home. The fewer external structures you have, no manager, no parents watching over you, the more you rely on your own discipline, which is surprisingly shaped by your hygiene, your appearance, and the cleanliness of your space. So shower every day and dress well, in clothes that show you take yourself seriously. The second lesson is that Musk sets an example. He is a famously demanding boss, expecting long hours and almost no work-life balance. He once told an employee he wanted their head to hurt every night. And yet most of his staff deeply respect him, largely because he never asks anyone to work harder than he does. Musk himself puts in 85 to 100 hours a week, often all 7 days. His people work hard. He works harder. And an example only works if it is visible, which is why he put his desk at Tesla on the factory floor in the most visible spot, where he could be seen almost every weekend. The same applies to you. When you know others are watching, especially people you make demands of, you will not rest on your laurels. The third lesson is to set stretch goals. Musk is notorious for wildly ambitious deadlines. Tesla promised the Roadster in 2006, then pushed it back until it shipped in late 2008. But these near-impossible targets have a powerful effect. One former SpaceX executive put it this way: imagine everyone building a car meant to drive from Los Angeles to New York on a single tank of gas. After a year, the team quietly expects it to barely reach Las Vegas. Instead, it reaches New Mexico, twice as far as anyone expected, and Musk is still not satisfied. He gets twice as much out of people as anyone. That is the power of a stretch goal, a target beyond what you believe you can do. If you think you can do 5 pull-ups and a coach says do 10, you probably will not hit 10, but you might hit 7. You need the guts to chase what you do not think you can reach, because in chasing it, you raise your skills to the level it demands. The fourth lesson is to build a wide knowledge base. Among tech CEOs, Musk stands out for actually understanding the science behind his cars and rockets. That lets him follow along when engineers explain a problem and often suggest solutions that work. Reusable rockets are the classic example. Many experts called the idea hopeless, yet SpaceX has now flown the same Falcon 9 to space more than once, and Musk kept learning even as he built his companies. One early engineer recalled Musk cornering him in the factory, grilling him about a valve or a material. At first he thought he was being tested, then realized Musk was trying to learn, and would quiz him until he had absorbed most of what the engineer knew. This makes Musk a T-shaped person. Deep expertise in one area, plus broad, shallower knowledge across many others. A pure specialist knows one thing deeply and stays in their lane. A jack of all trades masters nothing. Aim to be T-shaped, deep enough in one field to make a real contribution, while broad knowledge everywhere else keeps you creative and lets you see problems from new angles. The fifth and most important lesson is to always assume you can improve. Musk's own advice captures it. Keep a feedback loop where you constantly think about what you have done and how you could do it better. He is never satisfied and knows there is always a better, faster, cheaper way. Once, a supplier quoted $120,000 for a rocket part. Most companies would have paid and passed the cost on. Musk instead told an employee to build the same part from scratch on a $5,000 budget. The employee built it for $3,900, and it flew on a Falcon 1. There is a name for this: the growth mindset. A growth-minded person believes they can learn almost anything with enough effort. When they fail, they get back up and try again, wiser about what not to do. The opposite is the fixed mindset, the belief that people do not really change and the current way is already best. That thinking traps people in ruts, while growth-minded people keep making progress, and even 1% a day adds up. So go deep in your main field, but keep dabbling at the edges. That is how you use your core skills more creatively, and sometimes how you find a career at the intersection of two fields you never knew existed.